Got it out. That thing, they must have used like 2 full bags of concrete, 80-pound concrete. That thing's standing up. It's like 2 feet tall. The old strap and tire method wasn't working, but it got loose enough for the tractor to be able to lift it up. I haven't even looked at the hole yet, honestly. I don't think I got it in video. Yeah, it just goes down there. Here, let's here's the shovel. Oh, it's not gonna fit in there. Put it upside down. Golly. All right. So comes up like right there. Z. Whew. All right. So here, that is next to a rear tractor tire. Look at that. They had that sucker in there. That was all the way to the bottom. Man, but we got it out, thankfully. So now we're gonna dig the foundation for our footer for our gate post. And I went and picked the steel up this morning. So we are underway, getting ready to build a gate. So let's get to it and let's get building the foundation. And it's gonna rain, so probably not gonna pour concrete today, but still have some fun. Let's do it. All right, guys, we got our areas for our forms dug out here. There is one side sort of roughed in the forms, 32 by 32, and there is the other side. And I used 2x4s because I had them scrapped, but it's a little deeper than that. But that's enough for 4 cinder blocks and then the brick outer layer. And so we still have to drill the holes in the ground for the 4x4 posts that the gates are going to be welded to or hinged to. But right now we are doing sort of mocking up the posts so we can set them the true distance they need to be apart from each other up in a driveway, tack weld them all together before we set them in the ground. We just walk up there and I'll show you guys. All right, so what we got here is we got one 4x4 post that's going to get sunk in the ground. It's going to have hinges on it. And then we've got the other 4x4 post right here. And the distance between the two of them right now is 134 inches and 3/4. And that's what they have to span across the driveway. And then I've got some 2x2 post right there that we're going to tack weld to hold these in place. So what we did is we leveled this one from stand to stand, and then we leveled this one from stand to stand. We set the distance top bottom to top bottom at that 134 3/4, and then we measured corner to corner, corner to corner to square them up. And then we set the 2x2s across and we leveled that. So now that one is level to that one. And that's about as square as we can get them to each other. So I'm going to tack weld these 2x2s in place to each other. And that means this flat surface here will be parallel and in line with this flat surface right here. So these gates will be as square as possible to each other. and then we can bring this whole assembly down to the driveway area and set it in place. That will be fun to carry down there. But it's easier to build it up here to make sure it's square than to try and square them up to each other individually down there, especially since my welder does have 110 capability, but I don't have a great circuit down there to truly weld on the hinges, and I want to weld them up here. So yeah, we're gonna do a final check of this, and then we will weld these 2x2s on, and then I still got to dig or auger out the holes in the back with the blue tractor, but we'll see if we get that today. I just want to square up the frame while I have a second pair of hands. She's not always on her phone. All right, let's get to it. All right, guys, we got our post temporarily laid out here for the driveway. I got to pull them back out and, well, first mark for the hinges and then go weld the hinges on up at the shop. But here they are. You got one right there, one right there. They are plumbed up and down. There's the gap on the driveway on that side, and then the gap on that side. That came out pretty good. These are a little, it goes up to like, sun is killed it. It goes up to like right here. So that's like 8 feet. They're not going to be that tall, but I'll cut them off eventually after we get the post, the cinder block pillars built. But there they are. I'm going to mark them real quick, and I'm going to pull them back out so that I can go up and weld the hinges and everything. And then we will set them back in for a final time, and we're shooting to pour concrete tomorrow. And then they'll be set for good. No going back then. But let's get to it. All right, guys, we are about ready to pour some concrete. We got our post, our level, side to side and front to back. We got our rebar in the ground that's going to go into the cinder blocks, and then I got my rebar cut right here for the foundation. There's our jack stand to level them, so that's holding it level right now. And same thing in there. We got the rebar in there. We got concrete over here, mixer there. I'll have to wheelbarrow it around to the foundation. But there it is, getting ready to pour concrete. Oh, and we got our hinges on. Don't zoom in too close. I'm not a welder, but it holds. All right, we are going to get to mixing some concrete. I don't know if I'm going to be able to capture everything on the camera, so I'll just keep it focused on the gate. Ready? You going to haul the 80-pound bags? Mm-hmm. All right, let's get to it. All right, guys, we got all that poured now. Go down a little. There we go. There's the right one. There's the left one. And then I also made some very liquid concrete and threw it down these because I didn't weld the bottoms of them off. So I'm just using the concrete sort of to close them off and join them with the pad. But it came out looking really good. Obviously, I used more concrete than I expected, like always. But yeah, now we're going to let them sit for a couple days, and then we're going to start building the gate. Oops, there we go. And then we're going to start building the gate and laying concrete or laying cinder blocks and putting the whole package together. So it's coming out really good. I made sure everything was still plumb with itself and to each other, and so that was all good. Nothing got moved, and now we just wait. So we're going to go pick up on some other projects, do some more work on the fence, and some paver stuff. Well, still got some more daytime going, so let's get to it.